These clowns out here was gonna go out there and make videos.
I just wanna go home. I just wanna be home.
Mase, say names.
Yeah, security crying behind the car.
Damn.
People look at me as being bad boy security.
Yeah, this blanket. You're like, what?
Oh, Gene Deal was crying for the blanket. Gene Deal was this, that, and the. Gene Deal was this, that, and the third.
But he there for security.
What you think I'm gonna be doing when you doing all that to Gene Deal? I bet you really don't wanna know.
The internet exploded in pure chaos when Gene Deal, Mase, and Camron suddenly got caught in a wild back and forth nobody saw coming. What started off as light jokes on the mic flipped into something way deeper, personal, emotional, and uncomfortable to even watch.
You wanna say something, Mase? Tell us why you didn't go. Mase, why you didn't go to the party?
Because I was in a hotel with Brandy. I didn't go to the party because all y'all seem like snakes.
When you was riding around,
Let me answer.
Go ahead.
Let me answer the question. You guys was the security. If somebody shot the biggest rapper in the world, why y'all didn't shoot back? Y'all had guns?
Mase, when you was riding around Cali with Stevie J, didn't I pull you to the side and say, what the fuck is you doing in a drop top Benz riding around with Stevie J around Cali? Did I say that to you?
This wasn't just some casual clowning or nostalgic barbershop talk. Nah, this felt real. You could sense old wounds ripping open right there in front of everyone. It all started with Mase and Cam'ron were vibing on their show, cracking jokes like they always do. But this time, they crossed the line. They started clowning about the night the notorious Biggie was murdered, one of the darkest moments in hip-hop history. They poked fun at Gene Deal, saying he didn't react violently that night.
I was actually in a hotel with a young lady.
And when you heard this information, what was your next action? When you heard Biggie died, did you stay in your hotel room? Did you leave out? Did you want to go back to New York?
I actually was trapped in a hotel. It was about probably like 70 or so bloods in the hallway. I couldn't even leave my room.
Why would it be 70 bloods in your hallway after Biggie Smalls died?
Actually, after Big got killed, they was probably looking for more bad boy artists, and I couldn't even leave the room to Gene Deal. The officer had to come get me.
And that hit deep for a lot of people. To Mase and Cam, maybe it sounded like edgy comedy, but to listeners, it came off as flat out disrespectful, reckless, and just plain wrong. And here's the thing, Gene Deal isn't just some random name floating around hip-hop. This man was Biggie's close friend and longtime security. He lived that nightmare, survived it, and has carried that pain on his shoulders for decades. So when his name got dragged into jokes about that tragic night, it was bound to strike a nerve.
They start running off by their mouth, trying to make a show. Here go a grown-ass man, Mase and Cam'ron, made suggestions to bad boy security. These clowns out here was gonna go out there and make videos. People look at me as being bad boy security. You gotta be clear. As soon as that drop, you got 5 or 6 out there. Oh, Gene Deal was crying for the blanket. Gene Deal was this, that, and the Gene Deal was this, that, and the third.
And the response he gave next, it shocked everybody.
You already know, Mase. When you doing all that stuff to Gene Deal, what do Gene Deal supposed to be doing while you doing all that? I bet you really don't want to know. They can play if they want to, but if they know what I know, they better find somebody else to play with. I never had to tell Big them. I told Big to his face, if you go to this party tonight, one of y'all gonna die. Some people gonna die if you go to this party tonight.
Once those clips started blowing up online, the internet went crazy, tagging Gene Deal nonstop. People filled his inbox, waiting to see what his move would be. And trust, Gene wasn't about to let that slide. He didn't laugh, he didn't brush it off. He came back swinging with a response that killed all the jokes instantly. The whole vibe flipped from playful to dead serious in seconds. Gene Deal stepped in with that quiet but powerful energy. No yelling, no cursing, just straight up intensity that made everyone stop and listen. He made it crystal clear that his name is not something to play with, especially when it's tied to one of the darkest nights of his life. Every word carried weight, and you could feel how personal it was. He called Mase out directly, telling him to stand on what you said if you really meant it. That line alone took the situation from podcast banter to real street tension.
Trying to divert that whole conversation and make it seem like, so Gene, why you didn't shoot? Listen to me. It wasn't because Big wasn't my principal. And he knew the fact that we had blew the light and we was halfway down the block, crossed the light, and then when the first shot went off, our driver took straight off. I'm screaming at our driver because he was told that somebody was pointing a gun at Big and them. He should have just threw the car in reverse. He knew the whole story, my man, because me and him had a conversation on the phone. He the one told me, well, I was in the room with Brandy. Brandy was trying to get me out the room to come to the party. So I felt that was kind of weird. So she said Brandy was calling me trying to get me out the room to come to the party. But Mase knew the whole situation. Mase knew that it's no way possible that I was able, being sideways in the car, because Puff, when I got in the car, Puff had put his seat back. Now I'm sideways in the car like this, and I'm cussing him out like, yo, man, what the f is you doing? Why you got your seat back like this? We hear the shot, pow! Puff put his head down. I go to open the door. Kenny flies, going straight. So he knew the whole story. What I supposed to do? Put my gun out the window and just start shooting like this? When the car had already turned the corner, it came out of parking space. When we get back to the car, nobody's in Big's car but Big. Mase knew this. He knew me and Tone jumped in the car and chased after the guy. We couldn't catch him. He wanted to divert the attention from himself because why didn't you tell Big that these dudes was trying to get at you, bruh? So people come on to him, why you ain't shoot? Listen to me, bro. At that time, I was young, dumb, and full of. If it comes to the point where gunplay has to be a part of my security, I'm not gonna hesitate. Because I never bodyguard anybody that I wasn't willing to lay down my life.
It didn't sound like someone chasing clicks or trying to go viral. This came from a man who felt genuinely disrespected to his core. Gene basically reminded everyone that when you talk reckless about real-life pain, you're stepping into dangerous territory. This wasn't internet drama anymore. This was about respect, history, and boundaries that got crossed hard. And while Camron, the king of slick talk and Harlem bravado, hasn't clapped back yet, fans know when he does, it's definitely going to shake things up. Camron isn't the type to back down. That man's built on confidence and quick comebacks. He's always been sharp with his words and never scared to stand his ground. But this time is different. This ain't a rap battle or a playful roast online. This is deep. We're talking about history, real loss, and a murder that still haunts hip-hop with unanswered questions. Every word in this situation feels like it could spark something dangerous. As soon as the drama hit the net, the hip-hop community split right down the middle. Everyone was rushing to post their opinions. Everybody trying to go viral out here. Some said Gene Deal had every reason to feel disrespected, claiming that joking about that tragic night was flat out wrong, no matter who said it. Others defended Mase and Cam, saying they were just doing their usual, talking wild on the mic with no bad intentions.
This can't tell me nothing.
And the second top artist in the world, which is Mase, about to be number one. That's what I'm saying. I wonder his face because I'm like, if y'all let me do that to Big, I'll stand it.
Let's be real. Intent doesn't erase impact. That's where everything got messy, fast. What made things even crazier was how those clips spread like wildfire. TikTok, Instagram, X, you couldn't escape it. 1 second, you'd see Mase and Cam laughing. The next second, Gene Deal's serious message popped up like a gut punch. The shift in tone was intense. The laughter turned to tension instantly, and fans started realizing this wasn't just entertainment anymore. This was a situation that could easily spiral if someone said the wrong thing next.
Everybody trying to go viral. Everybody trying to go viral. Everybody trying to go viral out here.
And the timing couldn't be more sensitive. Hip-hop's already in a phase where people are rethinking legacy, respect, and accountability. Old stories, old jokes, old behavior, everything's getting re-examined under a brighter light. So when a moment like this hits, it shakes the culture harder than it would have years ago. Gene Deal's words didn't just call out two rappers, they reopened a bigger conversation about who really gets to joke about pain and what it costs when they do. Right now, nobody really knows where this whole mess is headed. Will Mase clap back and double down? Will Camron slide in with more slick talk, or switch gears and address it with a serious tone? Or maybe, just maybe, this whole thing cools off before it turns into something uglier than anyone expected. One thing's for sure, Gene Deal made it crystal clear he's not the one to play with, especially when Biggie's name is involved. This whole situation is a heavy reminder that hip-hop history ain't just a bunch of old stories or random sound bites. It's built on real lives, real pain, and real scars. And when those scars get poked just for laughs, somebody's gonna react, and it might not be pretty. What started as a viral moment turned into something much darker, something that hit way too close to home for a lot of people. The internet might live for the drama, but this one, it feels like it's teetering on the edge of something dangerous.